I'm not going to turn the game off again, don't worry. Corner to Frankfurt. And it's a goal! Oh, I knew it was going to happen. It's a goal. Uzon. I told you to keep an eye on him. That is a goal. And it's Uzon who scores it. I told you. I've done it again. I've literally done it again. Not the audio. I've literally done it again. I told you my player to watch was Uzon. And he has scored 2-1 in the 52nd minute. Lovely technique. Lovely technique. Well, I think there might be a deflection, actually. Yeah, deflection. Yeah, keeper, to be fair, Fleckin makes a good effort to save this, but it was... I mean, it's a good technique by us, and I think he would have saved it where it was going. The deflection makes a massive amount of difference, look. I still think it would have forced a save from the keeper, though. 2-1. No, you can't be offside for that, Josh. Game on. Lovely stuff. I'm going to put the sound up a little bit, but I know I can only apologise as to why it's not working. Well, we could have a really good second half on our hands now. Mark, no one cares about the commentary. You're goated when you talk over the idiots, says Alex Mix. Thank you, Alex. Right. I don't know whether this is going to work for you now.
I took out those Imperials.
Have you just got... Yeah. You know what? I've sorted it out. I can't explain to you how we can't figure this out every week, because what we do doesn't work, and then you just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. There's no logic. There's no logic to it at all. Anyway, we're back now. 2-1, and we've got a very interesting game going on. Frankfurt starting to look like the team they have been for the first 2 weeks of the season. The Leverkusen fans saying at half-time, even at 2-0, I don't fancy us. This is why. They just can't hold on to leads. That's overhit. No, it's not. Get up, get up, get up.
Okay, so, let's come. You say that not. You.
Lovely play. Did we get any subs at half time? That's a great point. No, we didn't. Colin says, why can't we see the match? If you're on the watch along, check the pin tweet. Zub says, what's your chippy order? Funnily enough, I don't have fish and chips very often, but I did last night. And what I had was chips, beef pie, mushy peas and gravy. Lovely. I do like fish and chips though, but I just have the thing. This could be a goal. Cleared off the line. Brilliant defending by Koch. I don't think the linesman used his flag here as well. I think it's Teller again who gets slipped. He's miles off. Would have been miles off.
Major, I have you.
Yeah, Teller. It nearly found its way in. Keeper did enough to block it with his foot. Very good keeping there, but he would have been offside anyway. Huggy, thank you very much for your super chat. Fraser Coots, thank you very much. Gaz Wilson, thank you. So, Leverkusen, they've let one in. And that's going to go for a goal kick from the corner. Comeback is on, says Crackerjack. Rogue Punisher says, UK and Ireland only, boo. I still think it's pretty good, mate, for a starting point. Well, another cracking Friday night starts the weekend here. Frankfurt playing with a lot of intensity now in the first few minutes of this second half. Daniel says the intensity in the Bundesliga is very good. That's late, ref. That's right in front of your eyes. How's he not given that? That's offside, surely. Teller. Good play by Hoyland. Still, and then he puts his bloody flag up. Grimaldo brilliant, says GTL red. To be honest, I thought that was going to be a foul, but to be fair, the defender did get up. It's getting spicy, says David Hogan. Next goal's key, isn't it? Certainly not going to stay 2-1. He's done all right, Hoyland, for Frankfurt. Referee. That was tasty. That was very, very tasty. I mean, I tell you what, I'll be looking at this on the replay because he's got a yellow. He's off. He's off. He's gone. See you later, Andrik. Very experienced player for Leverkusen, and we've got a red card. To be honest, I think he could have got a red for this. Somebody said it was spicy. What's he doing here? To be on a yellow card here as well. What is he doing? On a yellow card, why have you gone in like that? Slow it down. Andrik. You know what, actually, I don't think it's that bad. I think he wins the ball, doesn't he? I'm with you, Dan Macker. I think he sort of he's out of control, but I suppose I would stick to what I said. If you're on a yellow card, why are you flying in like that? Little bit unlucky. I don't think VAR can review second yellow. I think they really can. It was the follow through, says Kieran. Yeah, there was a follow through. Elliot says never a red. Let's run a poll. We like to do this. Was it a second yellow? To be fair, let's not confuse the issue. VAR is going to look at it by the look of it, but let's not confuse the issue. If that hadn't been, that might have been a yellow. That's what I'm saying. Trigged is back. The Leverkusen fan at half-time said, I'm a Leverkusen fan and I don't feel comfortable at 2-0. And he says, that's the downfall after I lead. I told you about. It always happens. This is Leverkusen's problem. I don't know whether it was their problem last season as well, but they've now got to play half an hour against Frankfurt, who've got the momentum and have got the extra man. It doesn't always work like that, though, you know. I'd go 2 up front. Zub says, how is the refereeing compared to the Prem? Very good. Oh, what a hit! What a hit! I tell you what, that would have been goal of the year. Absolute banger. Is that Nathaniel Brown? No, it's not. It's not Nathaniel Brown. I tell you who that is. That's the defender I was talking about in the first half. Collins. One to watch. Another. Oh, my God, that would have been that. I tell you what, I'd have ran out the house, off the streets, and into a different city if that had gone in. That was absolutely magnificent from Collins. Another young player. I think he's German as well. That would have been an absolute screamer. I mean, he's about 35 yards out, defender, outside of the boot, bit of swerve, smacks the bar. Yeah, going back to the refereeing, definitely better than the Premier League. But to be honest with you, I'd say the Turkish League, the Greek League, the Luxembourg League, the Cyprus League, you know, a pub league is better than the Prem, if we're being honest. But the reason it's better is that I think Collins and Brown look very good future players for Germany, from what I've seen. But the reason it's better is because the referees let the game go, and they've obviously got brains in relation to what their job is. In the Premier League, it's always about the referee, isn't it? Stop, 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 so the camera's on me. They never let the game flow. You watch these games with us every Friday night, and then watch the Premier League with us over the weekends, and you'll see exactly what I mean. Leighton says, why was Schick never mentioned as a target for United in the summer? I think he's probably getting on a little bit now. He'd be in the Watkins category, but not Premier League proven. Remember how old Schick is now? 29, yeah, so he'd be the same age as Watkins without being Premier League proven, so I don't think he was ever considered. I think he was considered a couple of years ago. King of Alba says Collins had a horrible debut for Germany against Slovakia, but he will grow. Duan, cross comes in, little flick, Burkhardt, they'll clear it away. Defense against attack now. Daniel says, what do you think about the intensity of the Bundesliga? Very good, very good. Who's on again? Straight into the side, netting. He's one to watch. Well, he's already one to watch. He's scored a goal. Tell you what, that would have been an absolute worldie. Oh, you want that to go in. The power on that goal would have been the best goal I've seen in a long time. Should have gone in. What do you think about Voltemada being better than Sesko, Mark, says GP? I'm looking forward to seeing him, and I was looking forward to watching him at Stuttgart, to be honest. But we'll be watching him at Newcastle, I suppose. Can we appreciate how exciting the games have been, says Richard. It's been incredible, actually, hasn't it? I think the crowds feed into that, though, you know. I think atmospheres. I look back at, and I'm sure Liverpool fans would say the same, and Arsenal fans at Highbury. I look back at football 20 years ago in England, and Old Trafford was different. I'm sure Anfield was different. You watch these games, and it makes you hark back to... I always used to talk about the first 20 minutes at Old Trafford under Sir Alex. Overlapping full-backs, crosses into the box, get that crowd bubbling, and it stays with you. I mean, look, very impressed with the football and the flow of the game, and that's a testament to the players and the referee, but I also think the crowds really feed into it. Question is, can Frankfurt break this Leverkusen team down? Boya, lovely play. Corner. What do you think about Nicholas Jackson at Bayern? I think he'll do all right. I don't think he's terrible. How will you compare this exact game with goals and drama compared with the Premier League? Says Howder. Look, the Premier League is the best league in the world. Everybody knows that. It's the most watched league in the world. It's got the best players in the world. It's took a lot of players from the Bundesliga. But where I think the Premier League can learn a lot from the Bundesliga is the ownership and the crowds are just on a different level. And the officiating is on a different level as well. And though if the Premier League looked at those two things, it would improve it overnight. You know, the game should be flowing a lot better in the Premier League like it does here. And we should have crowds like this. And the only reason we don't is because fans feel isolated from their clubs in the Premier League. Because we don't have any say. As Callum says, with better officiating and more club control from the fans, the Premier League would be so much better. Duan with the corner for Frankfurt. That's a good one on the back post. And nothing happening there. Still, I mean, look, this second half has flown by, hasn't it? We've already had 20 minutes. Leverkusen, can they hold out? What's the best transfer from the Bundesliga to the Prem? Well, I'd sort of go with Michael. I think Haaland's got to be considered one of the best. Frankfurt. I mean, this is really defense against attack here. There's a player down for Frankfurt. I don't know whether he was fouled in the box because he's still staying down. He's starting to get up now. Duan. That's going to go for a goal kick. They're asking about it. Let's have a look. Boyer went into the box. You're not going to get anything for that, I'm afraid. I mean, he does block him off. He does block him off, but I don't think you're going to get a penalty for that. Thanks for your super chat, Alex. Yeah, I would do a watch along at Old Trafford, yeah. Kevin De Bruyne came from the German league, Mark, says Bacon Sarni. He did. Jurgen Klopp was a pretty good export as well, yeah, as a manager. What do you think happens here? I think it might end in a draw. I think Frankfurt will get the goal. I don't know whether they'll get two. Leverkusen have actually defended very well.
I managed to retrieve all of the perfect. Oh, once.
Surprised he's not brought on Wahi yet for Leverkusen. Here's Uzun. It's a bad ball. Good defending again. Cleared away. Just on the poll, by the way, was it a second yellow? 61% say yes. Silas says, if only all the watch-alongs could be like this, it's amazing. It is great, isn't it? I wouldn't be surprised if there was some attempt to copy this style of watch-along from the mainstream, but unfortunately for them, they don't have. And you, more importantly, that's why it works. Evening, Mark. Hope you're well. Can you do this with the Man United matches? Says Leon. I mean, I could give it a try on Sunday. We'd be instantly shut down because we don't have the rights. But there we go. Which team do you support in the Bundesliga? Says Michael. I think the great thing is I'm enjoying it so much that I don't actually have a favourite team. I just enjoy watching it, and
Some people don't know
I would love Frankfurt to come back and win this so that they have 9 from 9 and challenge Bayern Munich. But we have got a substitution now, which Batshuayi on, isn't it? Just seen there. I don't know who came off, but the two up front idea is clearly there. It is Rasmus's brother in the midfield, jacking, yeah. Cross comes in. Bashwawi. They've both gone down. Referee's going to have to pull that back. Yeah, Bashwawi on and Hoyland off. Baddy and Bashwawi here. Just colliding. Well, time is ticking down. He could still get back into it. Well, that was Jokeres then. Definitely not. Batchwise is okay. Just a bit of a collision with Bade. Be 2-3 at the end, says Rishant. What game's next Friday? Well, we've already watched St. Pauli. They're next week, but we haven't watched Stuttgart yet. So Angelo Stiller been looked at by a lot of Premier League clubs for a move next summer. So I'm looking forward to watching him next week. But Fujita of St. Pauli looks good as well. Although apparently he played for Japan in the international break and wasn't very good. Sass says, what happened to the fly? Exactly what I said would happen within a couple of minutes of the stream ending. So that was a lovely he's played well, Teller, for Leverkusen. I don't know why the line played on here. It took way too long. What's your watch-along schedule this weekend? So, Ange, Forest against Arsenal, 12:30 tomorrow. Voltemeda, watch along at 3 o'clock, Newcastle. And then Sunday, Burnley, Liverpool, Isaac, and then Manchester Derby. And then next week, Champions League stuff. A lovely ball in behind, good defending. Is that Grimaldo again? He's had a very good game. Best player on the pitch for Leverkusen, Grimaldo, for me. Arguably best player on the pitch altogether. Let me know your thoughts. Say who's on the bench for Frankfurt. Dawood. Remember when he was at Leverkusen? Dortmund. Good battle in there. How does this work? My second question is, where is your watch? I don't wear a watch. Although if someone wants to sponsor us, I mean, look, there's so many sponsorship opportunities now, you know, especially when you've got like Bundesliga rights. So if there's a nice German watch maker that wants to sponsor us, I'll happily show my wrist off. What's your position when you play football? I mean, I very rarely play football now, WJ7. If I was playing football now, I'd probably play left centre back. But yeah, not really got him on the ball enough for me. 15 minutes to go. Another shot from distance. And it's going to go for a goal kick. Are you going to do Barcelona against Newcastle, says Jude? I haven't looked at the Champions League fixtures in... Yeah, Newcastle built Barcelona next Thursday night at 8 o'clock. Definitely going to do that. I'll also keep an eye on Man City Napoli because I bloody love Napoli to beat Man City. A Rasmus hat-trick would and a McTominay hat-trick would be great. So that would be great, certainly. Wednesday night, I'm going to do Chelsea-Bayern, keeping in with the Bundesliga theme. Also, Liverpool-Atletico Madrid. So Wednesday and Thursday will be basically double watch-alongs. Bayern Munich, Chelsea, Liverpool-Atletico Madrid, and then Thursday night, Newcastle-Barcelona, Man City, Napoli. Tuesday night's a bit difficult, really, because Arsenal are playing at 5:45, which is a bit early. And then Spurs against Villarreal doesn't really catch my fancy. Real Madrid Master. I think Tuesday, I don't know what I'm going to do Tuesday. We'll sort something out. Juventus Dortmund, maybe. Well, yeah. Why not? Maybe we'll go a bit European. Frankfurt on the attack again. Not a good cross. They've got to find better quality here, Frankfurt, because this game's slipping away. And it's been a great opportunity for them to get back into it against 10 men. But Leverkusen have defended well.
Better?
Thanks everyone who's tuning in anyway. Please do subscribe to the channel, the home for Bundesliga on YouTube. That's football. And don't forget, we've got our highlight show live every Tuesday at 5 o'clock where we go through all the games and all the goals. Jack says, I'm dying on the hill, Southgate over Tuchel for England. Going to be lonely on that hill and dying by the sounds of it. Hope you're doing well, Mark, says Leon Cox. Thank you very much. That's a foul. It's offside again. He has been offside a lot, Teller. And then he's booked Uzan. So what's he doing? Is he given the foul? So Teller's offside, and then Uzan gets booked for fouling it. Bit weird that. Don't think that was a yellow card. Slightly strange. Only 10 minutes. Come on, Frankfurt.
Wait.
10 men doesn't always make a game better. I've said this so many times. I don't actually like people getting sent off. I think gone are the days where you naively think it's going to make the game better. So many times it makes the game of football worse. That's a hot take. Red cards tend to make the game worse. And we're very naive about it. Like if Man City got a man sent off in the first 5 minutes on Sunday, as a United fan, you'd be really excited. And I would be. But it doesn't necessarily make the game better. You don't always go and win 4-0. In fact, sometimes you really struggle to break them down. But everybody gets excited about red cards, and it does tend to make a game worse. How could you make it? I don't know. Somebody just said a sin bin, but that's just going to make people sit and defend for 10 minutes, isn't it? Look, you have to send people off for certain things. You can't just say we're not going to send people off, of course, because then it'd turn into a bloodbath. Like that computer game, Speedball.
It's over. Colonel. I kept winning command. You didn't stop.
XR says, I think Bayern will crush both these teams home and away this season.
Commander me.
Schick's coming off now. Cavani coming on.
That ought to fix you.
Owen says, do you like Monster or any other drinks? I don't drink energy drinks, really. Thoughts on Savage at Forest Green? I know you're a big fan. Let's say nothing, Big Ando. Who's this for Leverkusen? 17. I think it's the guy. Yeah, Wahi. Can he do it? I'd have started him today. In hindsight, well, I'd have started him anyway, but in hindsight, definitely would have started him. Favorite red wine? Melbeck, Ryan. Danny Melbeck. So, 8 minutes to go. It'd be ironic, wouldn't it, if Leverkusen can hold on against Frankfurt with 10 men when they've struggled to hold on to Leeds themselves with 11. Yeah, they've struggled a lot in the final third, Frankfurt. Another free kick. Playing for time there, isn't he? He's playing for time. I think the two best players on the pitch are arguably left backs. Number 3 for Leverkusen has been everywhere. Don't know how you pronounce it. Tate and Grimaldo for Leverkusen. So they would be my picks. Let me know your thoughts. Howder says, how can we know how long they've played this match? It's a hat-trick in the same question, I think. Grimaldo has to be man of the match, says Daniel. Teller's been brilliant as well, says Dean. Yeah, he has had a good game for them. He's in here. He's still in here. Well, he could have won it. But it wasn't Teller, sorry. I thought it was Teller. I need to test my eyes out here. It's because he's just come off the bench. Tape. Brilliant bit of play. Has Teller gone off then? No, Teller's still on. No. He has gone off. No, he has gone off. It's Tape. Brilliant play. Could have won it for them. Deserved to win. It was a brilliant save by the keeper. He sends him there. Look at that. Keeper's made a great save with his feet. Save the bar. No, I wouldn't give man of the match to Teller. I think he was. I think he was offside a lot. For me, it's Grimaldo or that Thete, or however you pronounce it, from Frankfurt. I think Leverkusen are going to get this done. Strange game. I think Frankfurt not been at their best. Mark's not used to keepers making saves, says Tom. That's a lovely ball here. Thank you for your super chat, Jordan.